And I to Mr. Komamidi Ababi. Fifi and analysis. I think the last one. Now Kasaba Arsenal near Diana. Oka Wadrigo the goals. Say Liverpool Nyana. Then as a passing comment, Fifi says Premier League near Bababoni this season will be between Liverpool, Arsenal, and about one other club. One more Chelsea.
Any man,
and I'm say,
mon frère just a moment, mon frère, mommy. That's what you need Chelsea in a film.
And Chelsea arrive here more Barcelona and one harmony and I crocodile the Joanna.
Because for Chelsea and count.
One Tiana, and I am
any imagine.
It's a name one. Name one say, all both clubs are on no say, or my contenders for the Premier League. He didn't add Chelsea.
But contenders, no, obey you.
It's a Camina Mukokaya. And Casaman can message his Abasa me a bias. Me a bias, and I would be a more underrated Chelsea, and I would be a more Chelsea no more ye. TM was all man a coy. And me more Konya, my own Jumentus as to Pulumene. A 50 years. Oh, but so the work I say. This season is for Arsenal. That is how
the Liverpool for Nina.
They are doing well. But say no more surprise will be our last season, you know. That is how Mimi Woon said this season is for Arsenal.
Because I'm a so kind. And the support to so kind.
And I'm not me chase so.
Where they escaping me now?
Well, mention Chelsea. And to say Fifi in the hype of Chelsea in the Ome show be any a crocodile the job. We hear Yamia. On one can send him what Akuma say the Chelsea in New Oh, where the Yamia. Moana mo waiting ya come asem. Now Rich. Season na ye be remu no. Even before we enter August, every football fan is happy. Because you anticipate the course of last season, you know. Any the kind of transfer window I hear having, you know, Rich, next season will be great. Premier League, Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, those three leagues, you know, fantastic. Now Champions League is going to be fun. Now, and then we transfer stories, you know. My starting fee transfer be a meeting in the beginning, you know. Rich, I thought not one of those rumors. Even though minim say Manchester City, I extended the contract of Pep. I changed almost sporting director Eddie Hugo Viana Abba from Sporting Club de Portugal. Pep any sporting directorate, you know, target and say they should see to the smooth transition of Man City team because the old Man City team now Rich dominating English football no. Jiri say nyini and they will need to build a new team to conquer the future. Rich. Sad transitions, you know. And they can walk a cop. Kevin De Bruyne cop. May sure say players be Man City team in him say Gundy one Mone Bernardo Silva mo. They are within the last phases of the transition. And they will also leave. Now, Rich, it seems that one of the old guys back also will be allowed to go. And me tell you for not me, but it is becoming concrete reports on goalkeeper Ederson. Yes. Also, me tell you for I thought, oh, those were rumors. And only the idea I am surprised. We have known in the last 2 seasons. Say, anytime be a goalkeeper Ederson, ni di baba transfer window no. Na Saudi Arabia, mebwa. O yes Saudi clubs na ba. Na we nyanko last season you busa Pep a lot of the time. Ederson bekoro so onko be a otena. But wait, this time around, the transfer concrete story na ever about Ederson no. It's not Saudi Arabia, but Turkey. and the club is the Turkish champions Galatasaray. And then the Turkish media air report say the agent of Ederson has been in Istanbul for about 3 days in here for the negotiations. And Galatasaray for no aka or masamachre no agent also ede do the buy so atu omanim. According to the agent, say Galatasaray for raise any money from 10 million equa city budget na omo a transfer Ederson edi ama omo. Na personal terms and so agent is oh send them yana meti hey. If you are able to give us 10 million annually, I will be able to bring the player to Galatasaray. Now rich. So 10 million for City, 10 million on salary. Galatasaray for this year, okay. 10 million for City in there. A club to club negotiations. At least one appreciation how much City budget. City fully aware of the negotiations now. Agents you know Aquacudin and they are waiting for official bid from Galatasaray. City phone agent to say Sagala for the bar. Na a Sikana agent to go catch up on the bar. They will accept it and let Abante friend Ederson go. Marriage. The Turkish people say Gala for the catch agent. They say Katen no there. I have personal terms, you know. Say Kobeti me ati so kakama or more. And they will appreciate it and get Abante friend Ederson. And agent is okay or Konechi na wasani player na kudin komo na omo ababiem. But the fact of the matter is rich. Me tie for no na me say rumors. But now it is becoming increasingly a concrete story.
That's how for you. I'm sporting directors meaning I'm here to convince the player. So be to say Ederson.
Okay.
Or Man City. A team, I mean, a guarantee will be there in football. Sika, trophies, BBR. Now, bet you catch such a player as a Premier League. A Turkish League, ever that Galatasaray.
Rich. How do you determine your favorite food? It is when you test it the first time. No?
Sure.
Yeah, over there. Now, could be ready. Now, could be ready. Ebani say na Victor Osimhen. Ekobo Galatasaray. Na Okolo one season. Owie na oba back to Napoli no. Ahila Edisika Pudo efi Saudi Arabia by. There are clubs in Europe interested in Victor. Osi de bia bia de do mesa go back. Rich, the Turkish football culture is one of the best in Europe. Sa uye superstar okronim yen wow yen nyaw se nyamibi. It is one of the best. Number 2, almost some year because a law it has yes eti NC Woman City ono fi Brazil want to cry about obedi pa whatever was oje with Man City league the trophy bay, including Champions League. Say at this time, yeah. Say even if Ojibe 8 million to 7 million a year, rich, you can they can give you examples. The taxes are yet and your tax get one. But if he is able to move to Turkey, now Okoje 10 million now, rich. Out of the 10 million, he can go away every year with Ben 9.5. She can do, and the culture there, Rich, you will love it. Unum say Galatasaray in the last 5 years, omo number 1 goalkeeper I am Musiera, the Uruguayan goalkeeper. No, say almost say what some, and she all moving on. They need a new number 1. And that is the reason why they are going for Abante FN Ederson. It will show. Say, Oti say Ederson Fiifi-Man City. This is the beginning of the story. Abra started yes serious no, and Edise Uti. Now, Obebu says okay. Say Ederson Fiifi-Man City. Abeka Otega Ngoa because Scott Carson so called. when City Edinburgh as backup to Ortega, Rich, Burnley, an English 22-year-old, one of the best young goalkeepers ever England saw you on. So James Trafford and Omo, I imagine say Omo Edinburgh. So Ederson kwa Man City say Omo ko Burnley. Na Omo kofa James Trafford. Na wabe deputize Eddie Ama goalkeeper your friend Ortega. Obekaya at a point last season. Na City were rotating between Ederson and Ortega. It became a debate. And Kofobi say, oh, there be Ortega no, or you're better than Abante friend Ederson Bizimata. Muntieta break. Now the Ederson I am Man City no, a very very good party. Munyan to say Rich. Probably Pep knew. Say I also starting my Ortega. At that point, he be power because the only and that he was probably preparing him to take over as number one for Tima, your friend of Manchester City. So that is the story concerning Ederson and Manchester City and James Trafford or more Ayoman say or Mukoko Fano Eddie Naba. Now Rich. Premier League you ever be Remy. Rich, so one prepare League unsum. And there is a lot of pressure on this man on our tactical board, Mikel Arteta, to win the Premier League. See a good season here, baby Remy. Rich, now Arteta and a very, very good account of himself, especially in the Premier League. Rich, in the best attack now. And I feel so on him, and he is doing whatever it takes to make sure say me team or the best statistics, you know. And your team, Rich, me say this is a Premier League contender team. Now, Rich, in some job for Kubusa Arteta say, I feel where you are now. Say there are another 8 clubs that have the right ingredients to win, but there will only be one winner. Jatata say, me na de biya mo bana o say me gia mama kan no krenchire mo based on teams say what players no ma show mo squad no ono betimi aka say apart from Arsenal 8 clubs wo Premier League ni mu a omo so squad omo betimi di age Premier League no ba ebe ba wie no team ba ko pe and ebe wini the Premier League. Now Rich, I saw this graphic posted by the Premier League and on my title, no, Arsenal's attacking depth, and it comes with Arsenal forward lines, you know. Who say Arsenal but typically 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3. And see, anytime we say Mikel Arteta, Eddie Arsenal, Park at least almost 3 forwards. Baku on the right, Baku on the left, and Baku as a center forward. Whether a car have no as first number 9 or China as a show many more. Premier League they say, China as a front trainer. Omo adding Noni Madueke, among your depths. So now you add Noni Madueke, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz, Leandro Trossard, and 18 Waneri. Rich. Me who Arsenal attacking depth, you know. I asked the question on a Fiifi-Manfred say Ushe in terms of goal scoring. Affecting Arsenal last season, Rich. Then I went back to the league table. Then this is what I saw. Arsenal, your both season we now Omuda Liverpool 10 points. And Omuda Liverpool 10 goal difference. What it means is say, you find tentatively, and you say, my proper research. Rich, Sanka Arsenal 10 points gap now, what Omuni Liverpool in terminal. If Arsenal could have scored 10 more goals, maybe they could have closed the gap. Because every goal potentially would have won Arsenal at least 1 point addition. Now come back close gap. Arsenal need to find goal scorers. And so now Fiifi, you check Liverpool last season the number of goals from Sayana reach any number of G League, no, because out of the bare top teams in England, no share goals difference. And look, Man City may Arsenal, Chelsea and Bay Arsenal. It's what Arsenal should do, and they say reach a moment team from. The moment in terms of goals promotion, they should rather catch up with Liverpool. But a moment team from if they really want to win. And Rich, that brings in the question of this striker. So, what's the boardroom? Now, we have analysis why you couldn't win last season. Now, when you said the OG League in a few in Seminole, I share more goals at Chenwa. Then, Osha situation now, you may think, okay, at a point, me boka Havertz sa as me number 9. Gabriel Susuba oba adechi ni wopra. Me be we season ni kwa de. Na both Kai Havertz and Gabriel Susuba no mo pra. I couldn't get them. Enti se me de obiba ni nipa ko ni guarantee me goals as me center forward. Then I can say so my what it takes to fix me team no to be contenders. Now Rich, Abante for the Victor Jokers. Enya me na meka ni goal scoring points ene. Obi or follow European football bia knows this guy and in the goal scoring points. Now, Rich, you go into the numbers. How many strikers, Rich, and on the mount expected goals? SG goes 100%. Because Abentian about total games 52 games last season in all competition. Or say 54. So he scored goals more than even the appearances. It's our SG of 100%. Our shots 98%. Our touches in opposition box 100%. And this statistics is provided by Opta. Now Rich again. Medical said he scored 54 goals. Rich only said the 54 goals now say in all competitions, you know. So offer after team last season, I just say okay, can Havertz goals for saying na, Bukayo Saka goals for saying na, Gabriel Martinelli goals for saying na, Leandro Trossard goals for saying na, Martin Odegaard goals for saying na, Okamo Mumpa MBT Abante no. You add all of these Arsenal players, they scored 53 goals combined for Arsenal in the year. Onunkwa goals, actually players when now goals combined. Rich, say ocean numbers now. You can't tell me Joe Carres will come and fail. But the number, sure. But you look at these numbers and you'll be excited. Say, Arsenal is adding this guy to it. Medical can say, Victor Joe Carres in common. Rich, you didn't at the club level on Guau. When you go to national team, Mabeka say, Nancy about UEFA Nations League, Portugal, Nigeria. They played more matches than Obia because some go all the way to the final. Sweden and baby out. But Rich, the guy scored 9 goals ahead of Ronaldo, Erling Haaland, Munina. And that should tell you the kind of striker we are, not only for club, but for country in European football. 9 goals in the UEFA Nations League. Country be no fear. On free Sweden, on free Spain, on free Portugal, on your German, on your French. And even if in this Swedish team, he is able to produce these numbers. In a Sporting Club, the Portugal team, he is able to produce these numbers. Give him Bukayo Saka, Manu Gabriel Martinelli, Manu Odegaard, Manu Mikel Moreno, Manu Zubimendi, Manu Nwaneri Mo, and the guy will give you a lot of goals. And Rich, maybe I am convinced. Say, Arsenal needed to buy a striker, and they've gotten their striker. Benjamin Sesko, Iketike, all the strikers are not only available on the market today. Rich, per numbers, the best is this guy. Omonomo Akane, probably Kylian Mbappe, Robert Lewandowski, Harry Kane. These are not guys are normally available, but they're not available on the market today. The best. Hey, Abante your friend Victor Gukes and Tima your friend Arsenal and your Omo. Mami you crowd are they Rich for no Newcastle for no transfer window no send your normal kono. Omo nya don't they don't know. Are they not studying the trend? Why will you take 25 million? Say what they call for Abranti Fene. One reason.
Obi beso Omada. I'm the transfer. Omu refi 25 million.
Every time me so I didn't come to do proper analysis via on this. Rich.
Obi ba mu play. I must pay 120.
And then come Mabeka.
Who go to be there? They have for 25 to 30.
Team a friend of Brentford. I think they are in Portugal for more preseason. One way sir, ask permission. Every omu team camp. And I want back to England. So we'll be sure Brentford the venue for to discuss in the future. Because he wants to leave. When your clubs bear me and Serbia or Mopeno, it will be able in the Champions League. And Chabantiana is a site that says, Obet a Champions League football above. Rich, Mabeka Hada say last season in the Premier League. Omo share goals in Yinano. Rich, I guess Omo and Omo teams a penalties. We penalty goals every month. One wizard was the top scorer in the English Premier League with 19 goals, 4 assists in 35 appearances. Rich. Now more Newcastle, more some open. Abranten is okay, more about Champions League. And money in the personal terms ain't your problem. Already not here for Saba, Omar Sumukra. Tottenham must be edited to because Thomas Frank Akochi Abranten or not a coffee feel away and in the buy. Rich Mokoya must say 25 million. No Mokofani say, and they better ham. Ye Lucy Momu Krako, Thomas Frank Co. Yet Yano Yaswa Shepa is team. Ye the Encassia Mobianco. Nemono, Sunday and Pimpy and Womedia. Kobusa Manchester United for the idea of Moasana, Yamomu Wombo. Eh? Samunkuta 50 million equa, a moment CB. Munko prepare na mumra
25 days insult.
Enti Omaka tre team FNO Newcastle. Match reports say Newcastle say omo so ma meyi. No omo ko bobo mu ye na omo Abranti Rich.
Okay.
Me nim the tia you were pace. Look, the transfer markets I say that.
So pompo zana.
I say engene. Enti you have to pay up for these players. That is the reason why Rich there are a lot of financial engineering around football to say. For instance, last time the guy said, Oriya friend of Federico Varadas, president of Sporting Club de Portugal. Uchu Mutanya. Send your person to joke as son of Betono. Look at the details I ever. Arsenal had to pay 63.5 plus 10 million add-ons. Now when the amount deal in Kaya Baguno, 10 million add-ons on Rich. Arsenal say okay. And no matter trigger 10 million. On the same way, do Akabi Arsenal Champions League, Arsenal League. Man, say, Mr. Mumman in your phone, a muntimintia.
Was not over that Champions League.
It's money in your phone. I see can you beji. Now, already say, some money in your phone, Rich. Or see a woman in your phone, or Muntian in the next 2 years. No Muntia 10 million, no cry, and few on conference massa. And what's a win-win situation? And to him, you're the man I have for. Say Arsenal. It's me edge title be a yebema mu say. Ye qualify for Champions League yebema mu say. Inti say ayefo. But yes, I have 5 years. Inti sa add ons ready. Ye betua no for the period of the transfer no. What I want to say and say, and the transfer window no. Players ni bo aye den do. But which the abo teams ni say the installment payment no. And the boy into say ebia for instance adechi na say Newcastle kono manya 1 visa. Na so almost I have been for 5 years. What it means is that 50 million or make 10 million for 5 years. As son of Ometua says cano at the area. Into rich, your father on insemination. Now, most of Ubusa say Amuzupi.
Question of the day, no? Yeah.
Rich, my general one Fifi still means me answer.
Sound.
Because
Porsche
we must share all matches.
Grace Santua Chantal boy.